in my setup here on the right hand side of the screen, you can see a physical Android device connected to the computer that I can control with my hands if I need to. But in this case, we're going to use Eggplant to automate everything that we want. Now, Eggplant's approach to automation is that we look for images on your screen through image recognition. We try to read text on the screen through OCR. And based on what we see and what we read, we can send keyboard commands, mouse commands, and mobile touch commands. Now, this approach allows us to be completely independent of the underlying source code for any application. We don't need the source code access, so that means we can automate just about anything. So long as we have the application installed and we can find those UI elements on the screen, we can automate it. And I'm going to show you an example of that here. On the left-hand side of the screen, I have a script that will automate a video call and end the video call. Now, this is done in WhatsApp. We don't have source code access to WhatsApp here. That's a third-party developed application. So in this case, we're still going to be able to do it just because we're relying on UI elements to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. What you're going to see is WhatsApp will open up, and then it's going to navigate to the called section on the right-hand side of the screen that you can see. Then it's going to search for my personal cell, and then it's going to hit the little video call icon. Now I have a second phone with me where I'm going to accept this call. And I'm going to go ahead and accept the call on the screen. Now that was successful. Now the call is going to wait for 10 seconds. All right. And then we're going to end the call immediately afterwards. You can see there, after about 10 seconds, I tapped in the middle of the screen, and this was purely through visual cues on WhatsApp. Now, you're not limited to purely visual testing, right, with Eggplant. You can also, specifically for mobile devices, you can use ADB calls, and I'm going to show you an example of that here. All right, so this next demo that I have is just going to turn on airplane mode and turn it off. But we're going to turn on airplane mode using ADB commands, then we're going to turn off airplane modes using the user interface. And the only reason we're showing you this is to show you that you can absolutely mix and match if you need to when you're testing mobile devices. You're not restricted to purely image-based testing, although it's very powerful. You can still use any external language that you want, or you can send ADB commands in this case to automate an Android phone. So this is going to first swipe down so we can see the airplane mode. We're going to then issue the ADB call. You see airplane mode being enabled in that screen. And in the log down here at the bottom, you can see the actual ADB command that was sent. Then we're going to wait 10 seconds. Now we're going to open up these settings and visually turn off the airplane mode. So that's just showing you that we can absolutely mix and match. You're not restricted to just visual or just ADB calls or just a specific programming language. You can absolutely mix and match. Now, you can also combine multiple devices and multiple platforms to perform actions. So one example that I have for you is a two-factor authentication. So I'm going to minimize that and pull up a new script. In this case, we have a Windows 10 system. First, I'm going to connect to that system. And you see here, I have a Windows 10 device that you see the connection to. I'm going to also minimize this so we can see what's going on both the Windows 10 device and the Android device. So what this script is going to do is it's going to log into github.com and then enter the username and password. In this case, by the way, my password is encrypted so that it's completely secure. Once it logs in and puts in my username and password, it's going to then go over to my phone, open the messages, Android messages, search for the latest message with the string GitHub in it, and then from that message, we're going to look for the latest numerical code that was sent. That's our two-factor code. We're going to copy that, bring it back into the Windows 10 system here, and log into GitHub. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to hit play. You're going to see I'm logging into, I'm opening up Google Chrome here. I'm logging into GitHub and using my username and then my encrypted password, which will get decrypted by Eggplant functional and will send the decrypted keystrokes, although those keystrokes aren't logged anywhere for security purposes. And now we're going to go over to the Android device. We're going to open up messages. It's going to now look for that latest message and then look for the numerical code from the latest message, copy that over and log in. And see, now that's just how powerful Eggplant functional is. All these scripts are created in less than 10 minutes and you can do it very quickly and it's very powerful. You're not limited in any way. You have all the freedom that you need. You can mix and match systems like this. You can use ADB commands if you want. You can stick to pure visual. Whatever you need, you can do it with Eggplant functional when it comes to mobile devices.